Happy Wednesday, y'all. I just love you. And I just wanted to say, hey, I know this was going to probably be close to one of our last Wednesdays that we meet, but I just wanted to encourage you. If you're like me, this is new territory. It's the kind of new norm for now. And yesterday I had a Zoom call with some friends and I didn't know how much I needed it. And it was just, I laughed so hard just seeing their faces and their expressions. And it made me really realize how I need to reach out to even more friends. And it was medicine for my soul. So I want to encourage you if you have a Zoom app or FaceTime somebody. The other day I spent over an hour installing Google Duo with my parents via phone, trying to teach them, and then we can have video phone calls now, and it's just made a huge difference. They're so happy they could call my brother and call their brothers and sisters and their friends, and they're doing group texts, and we kind of got to do what we got to do to get through. And I know a lot of us are dealing with a lot of hard things. I know for me, I can go from full on laughter just because I'm like, I don't care. And I'll go look up Corona funny memes on Insta, and just, I know that's silly, but just something to make me laugh and take my mind off things, or get lost in Fixer Upper 2017, or play with my dog, or it's so important just to even go outside. Tomorrow's going to be pretty, so I encourage you to just get out and go for walks. I'm hoping tomorrow's going to be so nice for all of us, and just to get some vitamin D. So, or finish your study. I know friends that are calling me constantly, hey, what about this study? I have a friend in another city, and she's at home now, and their marriage was already hard enough. Now they're dealing with this relationship and they can't leave each other. So we all know how that is. And some of us have good marriages and it can be really tense. We're like, are you going back to work anytime soon? So, and some of us have problems with businesses and incomes, and we have a lot of heavy things on our heart right now, or, our kids are with us, and not that we don't love our children, but sometimes 24/7, not getting that break, and new schedules and new norms. It can be really overwhelming, but I want to say you're doing a great job. First of all, give yourself some grace, and you're not alone. Even for the people that you think have it together, let me tell you, that's not true. There's things that they're struggling with. So that's why it's so encouraging for us to reach out, because I know sometimes when I get all woe is me, God will kind of tap me on the shoulder and say, hey, girlfriend, I know it's rough, but there's always somebody that's going through it harder. And so for me personally, that's what I do. And some days I just have to put, like when I have a sour heart, I won't even answer the phone because I know venom's coming. I just got to put on my praise music, and I have to get alone, or I have to sit out on the patio and get some vitamin D, or take a walk, or cuddle with my dog, or like I said, just put that praise music on and just get rid of all that yuck and just sit in his word. And I know in the past I've told y'all just the Proverbs of the day. It doesn't have to be big, just going through the Proverbs of the day. And sometimes I like to read the Message. I like the NIV. I like the New King James Version, or the King James Version, and just kind of dissecting one verse, or having the kids read that. There's just something about kind of resetting yourself, or watching the sermons. Go back and watch some of the sermons, or some of the neat people that you like. I've heard you can go and watch some of the local sermons of all the great ministers and things like right now, so you can take advantage of that. But anyways, I just wanted to reach out to you. I'm going to also post a site that I have fallen in love with it. And it's basically all the great things that people are doing. And it really, it kind of changed my heart, because it made me realize I'm kind of a brat sometimes, and life is really good. And I need to just kind of suck it up, sister, because there's so many people that have it hard. And then there's sometimes like, okay, what I'm dealing with is really hard. I need some encouragement right now, and I need to encourage others. So this site has helped me to kind of take my mind off that and see all the good of the things that are going, because sometimes I'm overwhelmed. All the news constantly. My husband's always watching the news. I'm like, oh, can we just turn that off? And, it's overwhelming to me, and I had to just kind of tune it all out. And so anyways, I wanted to post that. And so maybe if you want to follow that, that's something good. And if you have any tips, post it. Also, I was trying to think, if you are a member of New Hope, you can go on to Right Now Media. If you do not have it, put your name down below. Also, you can email David Smith from New Hope. And everybody has a free subscription. So it's super cool. And you can go in there and I used to listen to it all the time, like during the day. Like if Rob and I were kind of fighting or fussing, or I'd have, things that were heavier on my heart, if I was having problems with the kids, they have things for parenting, marriage, and you can just watch the videos. There's conferences, there's all kinds of Bible studies. So I encourage you to take advantage of that and maybe reach up with a friend or reach out to somebody or on the Mom to Mom page. Hey, is anybody interested? Then you can kind of have a FaceTime video, or there's so many things out there, and we are interested in helping you, or whatever we can do, that we are cheering you on and praying for you. You're doing such a great job. So give yourself grace. I know I can beat myself up and I'm like, you know what? I'm doing the best I can. God, just help me. And so we love you so much. And I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Try to finish your study. I had somebody, actually, she's a first responder. She's a nurse and she's mentally drained. She has little ones, and you know who I'm talking about if you're listening. And her husband is a firefighter. And so they're nervous. They're nervous if they're going to catch this and what that all entails. And like I said, we go from nervousness to binge watching on Netflix or all of these things. And there's no real right way right now. So we just pray that you continue to listen to God in this and reach out. And if you're having serious issues, call us, reach out to Shelly or I or your table leader or anybody. Don't suffer alone. Do not suffer alone, because I can assure you the things that you would tell us, we've heard. And there's other people out there that are dealing with what you're dealing with. So if it's in the middle of the night, do it. Or if you've got a friend group, we used to have a thing where we would just send an emoji, and it was no questions. We would just like, okay, Mindy's having a day, whatever's going on in her household, we're just going to stop and pray. And we would just respond back with emoji, and then she would know. And there was something about that I didn't have to go into it, because sometimes I don't feel like sharing all that. And it's just too heavy to even recollect. But it just, tears would roll down my eyes and I would see those emojis, and it would just mean so much to me. So if you want to do that, let us know, or get in touch with your group. Make those connections. Don't stay alone. And we're going to get through this. It's like Scott talked about Esther, for such a time as this. What does God have us doing in this? Because I know Rob and I were talking last night that we can see certain things, that he's there to help his employees and stay calm and to encourage them. But also, we were also thinking, maybe God has our boys home right now for such a time as this, that we're blessed to have them here. And there's still lessons that we need to instill in them, and things that they're needing that they may not have gotten. They would have been out of this house before they truly leave this house. So trying to keep our focus, that gives us hope, and it gives us kind of a new perspective within the craziness, because for us, we have to have a goal or something to work towards, and then like, okay, I'm on that. And so, thinking of those things like, oh, okay, today I'm going to reach out to one person, or today I'm going to work on this. So anyways, I keep saying, well, if I have 8 more weeks, I might get my life together. Anyways, we love y'all so much. Just wanted to reach out because I know seeing other people's faces and just hearing their voices, I thought texting was enough. But when I saw them, it like tears really came to my eyes. And I hope maybe hearing my crazy voice or seeing my silly face gives you joy today, because you're loved and your life is important. You matter. You're doing a great job. Even if it's horrible at home, you will get through this. Storms don't last forever. They stop and the sun comes out. So whatever the enemy's telling you, you'll get through it. You will get through it. But it's going to be a whole heck of a lot easier if we're armed on. So love y'all so much. Mwah.